Johnny, how convinced are you that we do get to see Fury? Yeah.
I'm very convinced. I think the drums that are being beaten, the noises that we're hearing that have not been official yet are great. You've got Bob Arum singing it up. You've got Eddie Hearn singing it up. We've not heard it directly from the fighters yet to say it's the deal's done. I'm hearing they're just looking for location now. I don't know how the TV companies will work it out. Who'll get what? Who'll do what? Who'll show what? I think Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. If Tyson Fury's fight, his next fight, it doesn't have to be against Deontay Wilder. There's no other fight for these two out there at this moment in time that the public will accept, or excuse out there that the public will accept for why these two haven't fought each other next.
It seems we get updates from Eddie Hearn quite frequently, and I sometimes feel like there's maybe nothing to say, but Eddie kind of just will update the smallest of detail just to kind of show that things are kind of moving forward, which is important. But it seems so close but so far away at the same time. Does that make sense? Because the slightest thing could affect a fight. Who gets in the ring first? Who is billed on the poster first? These are so stupid, but they're the things that have ruined so many potential fights down the line, because obviously they're talking about Brooke Khan now again. And so for Eddie, Eddie's obviously just trying to keep everybody up to speed and keep the interest there to say, right, this has been done, that's been done, this has been done. So let's see whose fault it is if this fight doesn't come off. Because Anthony Joshua gets stick for avoiding Fury. Fury gets stick for not fighting anybody. But Wilder as a big name on his record. And Klitschko.
And Klitschko, yeah. So I'm saying he gets stick for it. I'm not disrespecting it. So what I'm saying to you is, so now I know these guys want to fight each other, but I also know that these guys would. These guys, if it happens, it happens. I'll tell you what was telling to me. So Anthony Joshua, probably this time last year, said, I've got another 10 years left in this sport. Now he said, I'm done in 5 years. What's happened between now and then?
Good question.
Why is it, you understand? I don't understand what's happened. What's he looking at? What has changed in his life? Why has that changed? Whatever those reasons are. For Tyson Fury, you're also scared that the wheels will fall off and they'll think, I'm losing interest in this now. The challenges aren't there, because that's what gets this guy pumped. You know, he's very emotionally driven. So it's not just about the business side, it's about the show, the guys in the show. They're the ones that you've got to keep motivated and keep going.
I still find it mad that you spar Tyson Fury. Whenever you talk about Fury Joshua, that does creep into my brain.
Yeah, but I'm telling you now. So I saw the story when Josh told about sparring with Tyson, when Tyson came down to gym looking for a bit of sparring. I wouldn't take much. Yeah, sort of half hell. So I wouldn't take much from that, because we all know in this sport that if you go to a gym, you think, I'll do a little bit of sparring, and Tyson would have gone in there. It would have been a bigger deal for Joshua sparring with Tyson than Tyson sparring with Joshua. So he'd have gone in a little, his guard would have been down a bit. And then Joshua put it on in the first round. He thought, this kid's good. You know, this kid's better than what I thought. I've got to give him the respect. So then the rounds changed a little bit. I know that, I understand that. And Joshua's not foolish enough to test himself on that. But he saw a lot from that, what he was capable of getting away with and what he was capable of doing. With Tyson, when he came to our gym, it was the same thing. And what I did like about him then at the time, he wasn't intimidated by my credentials. He got in the ring and he thought he was trying like hell. And he wasn't intimidated at all. And for a big guy, I'm elusive. But this guy, I'm thinking, I can't even touch this boy, and I'm fast. And
how old was he? How old was Tyson when he sparred you?
I don't know, but I know his dad was shouting him like hell. Get him! Like, funny. His dad shouting, get him! And Tyson's shots are missing. Then he stopped and turned around and said, why didn't you get him again? And they started arguing with each other. And I'm looking at Brendan, and Brendan's like laughing under his hand.
What, Tyson and his dad, John, was arguing in the middle of the spar?
Yeah. So Tyson stopped and turned around to cuss his dad out. And because obviously he was getting frustrated because he couldn't get him, and his dad's shouting at him to get, to land the shot.
John Fury was telling Tyson basically to stick it on you.
Yeah. But asking John will tell you the same story. Tyson actually forgot that story, and I was hosting one of his events in somewhere, and you know what Tyson's like. You're a shithouse. That never happened. That, and his dad said he actually did, and his dad reminded him, and I just chuckled to myself. I thought, you know what, you can't play with fact. But that what I'm saying is Tyson, even then, he was fearless. He just wanted to box, and that was a young man that immersed himself in our sport from a young age.
Well, at that point, how many fights has he had as a pro, John?
He turned pro, so he was fresh. He was probably a professional novice, but there was noise about him. There was expectation for him coming through. How many
rounds did you, John?
Only about 2 or 3 rounds. I'm trying to think. How long have I been retired? Because it was a back end of my career. In fact, it might have been. I've been retired. Is it 15 years? That's how long ago you are. How old's Tyson now?
30 something. I don't know, early 30s.
Yeah, because I think it was about 18, 19. I'm sure it was about 18, 19. But I thought I like him. He's got ball, man. And because you'll get him with some people, and because you're a former champion, they'll not try as hard out of respect. He didn't give a shit. I thought, all right, but it was all right.
Imagine what that footage is worth now. Someone must have.
Nah. The thing is, I think, you know what? The amount of spars I saw in our gym with like Chris Eubank and Harold Graham, Chris Eubank and Slugger O'Toole, Fidel Castro Smith, also known as Nassim Hamid, and God, he retired a fighter that was an amazing, accomplished amateur, and he came into spar with Naz, and Naz battered him, and this kid didn't turn. He said, "That's it, I'm done. If he can do that to me, I'm doing nothing." I've seen some amazing spars in the gym. So that's why sometimes when you hear these crazy predictions of who'll win what, it's not what you see on the outside, it's what happens on the inside when you see what these kids are capable of doing. It's like Kel. When Kel was boxing Triple G, was it Triple G? When I looked at, I knew what Kel was capable of doing. I knew he could give him hellfire, but he had to be on top form. He had to proper be on it, and but obviously didn't. He got turned over. But when you know what kids are capable of doing in the gym, they're just going to transfer it from they've got to transfer it from the gym into the ring. Not everybody can do that.